We've talked about sexuality and how it's on a spectrum. What happens when you're bisexual? You end up with either a wife or a husband, and then years into your relationship, you realize, you know what? I'm not really into my wife anymore. I think I want to sleep around with dudes. Well, that's what.
Okay, I guess that's one way you can go. Okay. I'm not really that into my wife. That girl's kind of hot. That woman's hot. Or there's Bob.
Anyway, well, cases like that have happened, Cenk, and Mark Bentley Cohen writes about it in Salon. And it's a really fascinating case because he realized, years into his marriage, that he loved his wife. There was no question about it. But he, as he says, and I'm quoting him verbatim, he started to have a hankering for men.
Yeah,
okay?
It happens.
So he decided. All right.
We covered it yesterday, 3.5% at least.
I know.
Right?
So he came clean with his wife. He told her what the reality was, that he had been sleeping with half a dozen men. And she
I call that a little more than a hankering. He's like, what should I do? Oh, screw it. Let me sleep with 6 dudes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So her response was the most fascinating part. First of all, of course, she was upset because she felt like he didn't trust her enough to let her know from the very beginning. He had lied to her, but she also seemed very open-minded when it came to his sexuality and experimentation. So he writes the following in Salon. He said, she too felt constrained by marriage, and she came to see that it was our spirit of adventure that had drawn us together in the first place and wanted to continue on that adventure with me. You're not the only one who wants to experiment sexually and sleep with other people.
Oh, drums right back at you.
So they did not divorce. They both understood that their marriage was over, but it wasn't that their entire marriage was over. That phase of their marriage was over, and they wanted to move on to a different phase, a new and improved relationship.
Where they sleep with dudes together.
Yes. So they did something known as MFM, which is male, female, male, and basically it's a threesome with two guys. You get the picture.
Yeah, they go to work on the same guy.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But anyway, look, the fascinating part about this was the open-mindedness and the fact that they both realized that monogamy is a societal expectation, right? And we've all kind of signed on to that societal expectation, and we all struggle with it, and it's something that we really try to be faithful and committed to. But they're like, you know what? We don't necessarily have to do that. And through their experimentation and through their sexcapades, they realized that they really, truly loved each other, and they've been together for 19 years.
So now they haven't been doing all the MFM stuff for 19 years, and it's not just MFM. They're polyamorous, as they say. They go and they swing, they trade with couples, and and apparently they're doing all these different things. Look, I think it takes a lot of bravery for this guy to write about this. He's got 2 kids that are pretty much grown at this point, and they're reading it. I mean, he's breaking all the rules in that sense. Now, one thing I didn't believe his wife, is whenever you cheat, the woman always says, or the guy says, whatever it might be, it wasn't that you cheated. It was that you lied to me. Like, no, it was that you cheated. Like, what was the guy gonna do? Like, hey, you know what? Come home one day and be like, you know what? Bob at the office is looking real good to me, honey. I'm thinking about cheating on you with that guy. Okay, that's not how it's going to go down.
But she obviously didn't have a problem with him engaging in intercourse with other people.
Eventually, when she realized, hey, that means I can engage in intercourse with other guys too. So
I think she was upset that everything was happening behind her back. Because
no, that's fair too.
Whenever anyone gets cheated on, of course, it hurts that you got cheated on. But I think by far the worst part is if people that are like mutual friends, for instance, find out about it, because then you feel embarrassed, like something was going on behind.
Right, exactly. No, I get that. But look, the bottom line is when they finally came out in the open with it, I'm glad they could live with it. Now, there's another person who wrote a book that Mark quotes in that piece, saying when bi guys come out to their wives, now this is all anecdotal stuff, there's no hard research behind it, but about 1/3 of them, immediate divorce, 1/3 get divorced within about 2 years, and then 1/3 continue to have a much more interesting marriage where they're in a lot of ways happier because they're more open about their sexuality and everybody's having sex with different people. And if they're open about it and they both like that, have at it, Hoss.
I wonder how many of them stay together for the sake of their so-called family. Like, make sure we don't split up because it'll be too traumatic for the kids.
Oh, I'm sure huge.
But
and
while we're together, we don't really love each other. We don't care for one another, but we have an understanding that we're both going to go to work on other people. Mm-hmm. Right?
And if
That's
what,
depressing. I don't know.
No, that's to me that's not that depressing. Look, you know, you love your kids, and if you have a mutual agreement that you're allowed to have relationships with other people, that's what floats their boat. So what?